going to solve Birthday Nurikabe by yttrio. It's my birthday week and I am solving puzzles that have been especially set for the occasion, so thank you very much to yttrio for this one. This is not a Sudoku, it is a Nurikabe, so it's something a little different, but I will explain the rules. Here we go. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Sorry, normal Nurikabe rules apply. I'm just so used to saying normal Sudoku rules apply. Normal Nurikabe rules apply. Shade some cells so that all shaded cells form one orthogonally connected area. And normally that shaded area is kind of considered C, and the other areas will be called islands. But we are going to shade some cells so that we get a single area of shaded cells, which I will shade in blue. The clues cannot be shaded, so they will remain unshaded. I will actually give them a clue to make it clearer in due course. Clues cannot be shaded, and every orthogonally connected area of unshaded cells contains exactly one clue, the value of which represents the size of the area. So, no, that's not what I want. Here we go. So I am going to create an unshaded area using this 14 clue. And this shaded area will have 14 cells in it, and it cannot join orthogonally to any other unshaded area that has a different clue. I will have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 unshaded areas or islands. No 2x2 region may be fully shaded, so I can't do, that wasn't what I wanted to do anyway. I can't do that, but it is allowed to have a 2x2 area unshaded on an island. And then a note for the solution check: fill every non-clued unshaded cell with the size of its respective area. For double-digit values, just use the ones digit. So if this were part of the 14 area, then I would mark these cells with a 4 for the solution check. Okay, I am going to restart the puzzle to reset the timer, and let's begin. All right, first things first. I have to make all of the clued cells unshaded. So I am going to use this orange for my islands. Next, each unshaded area can only have one clue. Therefore, I can't make those unshaded because if they were unshaded, then I would have a contiguous area that had more than one clue in. So those will be blue. Now, each clue is the size of the unshaded area. So I can't add any more cells to that island, so I can put that in, and I can't add any more cells to that island, so I can put that in. In fact, I can also put that one in. Okay, and all of the water has to connect. So that one has to be water. Okay, now this 9 clue, if it were to take both of those cells, it can't take this cell, the 9 clue can't take that cell, because if it did, I would have a single area with 2 clues. So the furthest that this 9 clue can get above the clue itself is here, and that's only going to give me 3, so I must be able to get out. This 7 clue, the furthest it could get is there, so that would be 3, 4, that must get out. So that is island. Now this has to be water because I can't connect those 2 areas. Okay. This 9 clue can't take this cell, because if it did, it would be connected to the 10. So this island, even if it took that one, and that one, and that one, that still only gives us 5. So I have to take that one. And then I can't take that one or that one, so I'd have to take that one. Okay, these two now have to be water because I can't make those two islands touch each other. Okay, that has to be water because I can't connect those two islands. This water now has to get out. It's currently trapped, so it has to go to there. Okay. This 7 island, I've got potentially 1, 2, 3, 4. So those two have to be island. This 9 could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That has to get out. Okay. This water has to get out to meet its friends. So it has to do that. And that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that forces the 9 island out a little bit, and then that gives those two as water. This water has to get out to meet its friends, so it has to go there. And now this 10 clue needs to get out. And it has to come down at least those two. Even if I took that one, it's still got to get there. That has to be water because I can't connect to the 14. This has to be island. The 14 has to get out. That has to be water because I can't connect the islands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That has to get out. That could be the last cell. Okay, this bit of water around here, that can no longer get out past the 10 island. So that has to get out this way. And now this chunk of water has to get out across the top here. Okay, that's useful. That's still got to get out. All right. Now, at least one of those is island, but I don't know which yet. But the reason I know that at least one is because if neither of them were, I would have a 2 by 2 of water, which I'm not allowed. Okay. What is this 10 clue doing? What? Let's assume this was part of the 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, it can't take that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I don't have to come into this. Oh, but if I do this right, this bit of water has to get out. All right, there we go. That is what tells me that this 10 comes down this way. All right, so now 1, 2, potentially 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It has to go that far. And then I have to have some water to separate the 10 island from the 14 island, plus this water still has to get out. Now this 14 clue has to have its island go that way. This water has to get out. Wrong color, there we go. And one more to actually get out. This water has to get out, and has to come through those two cells at least. So that is water. All right. This 4 can go a maximum of 1 to the left, so it has to go at least 1 to the right. If this water went up, it would block in the 14 clue. In fact, let me just get the 14 clue further out. This water now has to go those two. And now this 4 clue has to take at least that one. This water has to get out. So that gets out there. The 7 clue, the 7 island still needs to expand. It's not big enough yet. This water needs to get out. Okay. Can anything reach that cell? Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That can't. The 14 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, that can't get there. So that is now water. This must be land because I can't have a 2 by 2 of water. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That still has to be island. This water has to get out. This water has to get out. This island has to get out. This water has to get out. Okay. And this is going to be part of this 5 clue. So it's either going to come that way, that way, that way, that way. Yeah, there's multiple different ways it can come out, but there's no particular cell in that 3 by 3 that it has to take other than the 2 I've already marked. This 7 clue only has 5, so that has to get out. Now, that water could hit there. If it did, then that 9 would take that, and that would extend this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just make sure I haven't miscounted. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. The 14 clue can't take this because this water still has to get into the top half. It's still got to connect with all of the rest of the water. So that has to be water because if the 14 clue took it, it would be this bit of water would be trapped in. So that has to be water. And I think the same is that one here. There's no other land that could reach that. The 4 clue can't reach it. So that has to be water. Okay. Right. This clue here is going to barricade off the water from the top here. So that means that this top stretch of water still has to get out, and the only path it's going to have is through this cell. So that must be water. I have to reach that efficiently. I have no wiggle room, literally, to do anything except get there efficiently for the 5. So those two are water. And now this island has to get out to be ready to connect. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need one of those. Okay, I know that one of those is going to be land for the 7, which means that one has to be water because that's going to be the end of the island, and therefore this is, once we get to the end of an island, we can surround all of the island with water. So that's definitely water. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So one of those is the last cell for the 10. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. One of those is the last cell for the 9. We know that one of those is going to be water, at least one of those. But that still leaves room for the 7 to take that cell. All right. At least one of these two has to be island, and it has to come from the 14. No other island can reach it. But if I do that cell for the 14, then it's going to block this stretch of water in. So that one has to be water. And now, for no 2 by 2, that has to be land. That's going to be part of the 14 clue. Oh, right. I have not been looking at this, trying to think how that's going to get resolved. If this were land, then these cells would be disconnected from the rest of this water. That's water. And now, in order to avoid a 2 by 2, this must be land. That completes the 10, so we can fill that one in with water. That now means that this cell must be land to avoid a 2 by 2. Now that's completed the 4, so that has to be water. There we go. Very nice. And now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That one has to be land. That completes the 9 island. This is going to have to get out in order to connect to the 14. And this bottom stretch of water is going to have to come around the outside of the 14 clue. I don't know exactly where it's going to go, but even if that one is water, this has to be in order to get it out. So those are water. This stretch of water needs to get out. Okay. Right, I should use my thoughts from over here. This stretch of water needs to get out. So that must be water. That makes this the land for the 7. That makes that water, because that's completed the 7 island. This water has to get to connect to the rest of the, because this top section is still isolated. So that now goes down there. That completes these 2. They must be the land to complete the 5 island, and now we can mark that. This must be land in order to prevent a 2x2. The only way that the bottom section of water can get out is up the right-hand side here. So that has to be water. This has to be land to avoid the 2x2. This has to be land to get out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So these have to be land, because one thing to remember, particularly right at the end when you're counting the final places, is you are allowed to have 2x2s on the islands. Anyway, that should be the correct answer. So I am going to fill those with 9s. We get 7s there. We get 5s there. These all get 0s. And these and all of these get a 4. And I solved the puzzle. I really enjoyed that. It's not often that I do something that is not Sudoku. Let me just think. Here we go. This should do the right thing. Hopefully. No. Try seeing 2 of them. There we go. Got the fireworks. There we go. So yes, no, I don't often get to do non-Sudoku puzzles, but that was thoroughly enjoyable. And obviously it had the 1971 and 1014 and 54. So it's a delightfully designed puzzle. Thank you very much to yttrio for creating it. And I hope you guys had fun figuring out how Nurikabe works. If you enjoyed this solve, then please hit the like button. You can subscribe to see some more, and I would love to hear your comments. I'm looking forward to next time. Be seeing you.